Hello. In my last tutorial, we get or I made what you are seeing. Camera setup, a camera that I can move with the mouse like this, with a nice orientation of my character. But this setup have a problem. Is the problem, you can see the problem when you go to a wall, near to a wall. If I turn around the wall, that's what it happened. While the camera is in the other side, I can't see my character, or I see through walls like this. Okay, so there are a few positions that make me make my game unplayable. Okay, even the floor have a weird movement, a weird setup configuration. Okay, so in this tutorial we are going to fix this. We are going to get something like this. If I go to the floor or any other object, the camera go nearer to my character. Okay, like this. If I go through the wall, the camera go closer to my character, like this. Okay, this one, and this way I can always see my character. Okay, the floor. So this is what we are going to get. Make the camera get closer to my character when a wall is between my character and the camera. How can I do that? Let's go to do it. I'm going to start from here, from my, no, sorry, this one. My last tutorial, where I have the problem of the walls. You can see like this or like this, and we are going to do a few things. First, we need a script. Okay, this one is the movement script, and I'm going to call it mouse movement. Okay, and I'm going to do a new one. I'm going to call it mouse wall. Okay, and I'm going to, as in previous tutorial, I'm not going to explain you all the code. I'm just going to copy to move the code, and I'm going to explain you what you need to know to change some option in the code. Okay, this is the code. The first one is just, import modules, stuff that Blender needs. This one too. And here we saw that we need a sensor, a ray sensor. Okay, this script is going to be attached. It's going to be, let me hide this. Yeah. Let's going to attach this script to this empty, the camera target empty. If you remember, this empty make the rotation of the camera in this way, and this cue, the first cue, make this other one. Okay, so in this empty, we already had the mouse movement screen. So now we are going to add a new one. Python mouse wall, and we need always to make this script running continuously, and as I said, a ray sensor called ray. So I'm going to add a ray sensor attached to the script. Okay, a few questions about the ray sensor. I'm going to click here. I'm going to make the range as far as I can, like this. Okay. The point is that this empty is going to send the ray. A ray is like a laser. It's going to send a laser. If this ray touch something, the camera is going to move to this point, this collision point. Okay, if it's going to do something like that. If I turn the empty and the camera, imagine the camera is here and I'm rotating the camera. So if the wall is between the camera and the empty, this point is the collision point and the camera is going to move here. This is what is going to happen while we are running the game. Okay? So we need to know a few things. Is the axis, the local axis of my empty. This empty, I want to send this empty is going to send the ray in this direction through the camera. So the axis that I need to use is the green one, the y axis, the positive y axis. So I have to set this here. This is the default axis, but if you have the empty in another orientation, you have to change this. In this case is the positive y axis. Okay, all the distance that Blender allow you, and I think that's all. So I have now the ray axis. I have to do one more thing, is to set a plane. I'm going to add a plane here. I'm going to rotate like this, scale it, and move it right here. I'm going to use this plane to set the camera position if the ray is not detecting any wall. So I'm going to parent this plane to this empty. In the case that the empty is not detecting anything, is always going to detect the plane. Okay. So now the camera position is going to be determined for the position of the plane. If I move the plane here, the camera is going to move here. If I move the plane here, the camera is going to move there. Okay, I need to make this more best aligned, the correct alignment, like this. Okay, with the empty. Well, so let's go. Let's see the script. This muro in Spanish, in English is wall. It's going to be the object, the point where the ray hit the object, the hit object point. Okay. Normal vec is something about math that we don't need to know. And we have here a few objects in the scene. Okay. The camera, you have to check the names. The camera have to be called camera. The name of the camera is camera, like here. The empty, the name of the empty have to be, this empty have to be camera target, okay. If this is wrong, you have to change the name, and you can change the name here in properties, here in the object menu, here, relation, no, here. This is the name, you can change the name here, okay. And plane, the plane have to be called plane. In this case, I have to change because now the name is plane.001. I can change the name, or I can change the script as you want. .001. Okay. And I think the rest of the script is well right now. Is correct. I don't need to change anything more. Let's go. What happened? Let's see what happened. I think everything is right. If I push P, or something is not working well, like this, and let's see what happened. Okay, I forget a few things. Really, these two lines, I don't need these two lines, and I don't need this one either. So only ray, normal vect, and camera. And if I push P, I can see how is now is working well. But if you have any problem, I forgot that I have to set the plane invisible. Okay, if you don't set the plane invisible, the camera go back to the plane, and you see the plane right now. Okay, so I have to make invisible like this, and now that's all. If I move the camera, everything is working well, and if I get something between the camera and my character, the camera is getting closer to my character. For example, the floor, as you can see, or a wall like this. Okay, further, closer, and always I can see my character. Okay, a few things now. The position of the camera is depending of the position of the plane, not the camera. I can do like this, for example, and the point of view, the view is going to be exactly the same, as you can see. But in this case, you see the character is in the top part of the screen. I don't want this. How I can correct this? What I can do, the camera is don't have importance, but the orientation, yes. So I can move the camera where the plane is to make sure to make easier to correct the position. I'm going to use this view. So now if I push P, I have the same position. If I move the camera to the plane, I can see how it's going to see the game like this. If I push P, you can see it's the same view here. So I can rotate the camera and get a better position. Okay, if I want the camera closer, I have to move the plane closer to the character, and I move the camera to in edit mode. See how it's going to view, how it's going to what is the look of my game, like this better. You can move to this empty. If I move up the empty, the view is moving too. Okay, like this. So now the position of the camera in the game is determined by the position of the empty and the position of the plane and the orientation, but not the position, only orientation of the camera. Okay, and now if we do all these things and we set the position as we want, like this, in the center, in the middle, we have a very nice mouse movement that make my character always visible. That The camera don't go back the walls. Okay, a very better optimization, very better setup. Okay, sorry. That's all. I have my character with my camera mouse movement and with no I don't know how to say it. It's not passing through walls. Okay, the camera is not passing through walls anymore, as you can see. That's all. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the tutorial. I hope you can understand my English. Thanks for watching again.